Hello, Eternum, and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news. And this is the War Report. Dynamic change in the history of Eternum last night as the syndicate members of Fresh Bench removed the Marauders from the island in Restless Shore. 2 corruption invasion breaches in the final minutes last night. Relief efforts in both regions have already begun overnight. Quick drips all night last night between the conflicts as the citizens continue to grind up their drip score. And the Druids of the Covenant have received word from their avian companions that Rafflebone portals continue to emanate from inside Old First Light. Returning to our top story, KOTT News were on the scene in Moon Bay and spoke with a participant about their victory. Congratulations on your victory here in Restless Shore. I was preoccupied in Cutlass Keys, unfortunately losing to the invasion forces in the final minutes, but tell us about your victory here. Any outstanding moment you'd like to tell us about?
Listen, man, it was a great war, but listen, we came out fighting, and as long as you fight like a demon, bark like a dog, you win. It's easy. That easy.
So once again, reclaiming the Eastern Restless Shore, a great house in standing, such that you are. You are also responsible for removing the Marauders from the map, albeit temporarily, I presume. How do you feel about that accomplishment?
You know, I'm not going to lie, I do feel pretty sad about that. I merked for them. They're a great group of guys, but we haven't warred against them in a long time, or maybe we just haven't ever warred against them. I really don't remember. But yeah, I kind of feel bad about that, but we just wanted a good war, and it was a great war. They did a great job. I think we just did a little better. I don't know.
Unaware of what was going on in Brightwood, KOTT news crews were fighting the good fight with 35 other volunteers last night in Cutlass Keys. Never before had I experienced running out of repair parts, but in the end, all that mattered was that the corrupted were able to breach. In lighter news, KOTT news crews were able to provide a quick drip score to another citizen last night as we continue to work out the scoring criteria. I like it. It's got the 3-tone color, the silver, the muted gray / flat silver, as some might call it, and then those blues with a nice fade on the blues, like the blues were airbrushed, you know? So looking at it as I would a Mini, airbrush in the blues, on a white undercoating, airbrush in the blues, then come in with those gray tones and then highlight with the silver, and then there's some extra gilding there in the necklace. He's got the emote going on. Oh, the staff's got some nice gilding on it. Blunderbuss, you know, it's got the features on it, but it's lacking a little bit of color. But then again, it's kind of muted like his gloves and boots are. So that's kind of pulling it together there. So yeah, and he's got the drooping wizard's hat, you know, not to be confused with the sorting cap look. And what's down around his belt, he's got some vials over there, you know, in a traveling pouch. It looks like a kind of medium kind of chest plate kind of thing over the top of his cloth shirt there, but you know, looks good. Looks good. Let's see here. Definitely better than a minion. Let's go ahead and give him the score. I'm thinking that that's a 7.8. I think that's a 7.8, my man. Turning to the weather for today, and it should be a pleasant day for mission boards for those seeking to help with repairs. But for those of you who want to prevent more damage from happening, be on the lookout for another 20% chance of corruption invasion later tonight. Another submission for Simulated Fantasy Combat Resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. Tonight, the Marauders of Emotional Damage assail the Covenant hero worshippers of Outcasts for control of the crocodile marshes of Cutlass Keys. Emotional Damage with the heavy responsibility on their shoulders tonight, fighting to take back the mosh pit and give the Marauders a home again. But the Outcasts aren't going to just let them take it. Mindful of their ever-improving opposition, they'll bring what they need to prevent the fort phase. Be sure to tune in for complete coverage and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.